All right. So I guess we can start with the fun stuff,
Oh my
right?
god, you guys smell that?
Look
No,
at
it's
my new
ham.
dice. Look at my new dice.
Ah, it
Ooh,
smells
those
like
are pretty cool.
updog.
It's pretty cool.
Look
Wrong
at
campaign,
my
my
dice.
friend.
Ah!
All right.
My new dice.
Oh.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So I want everyone to drop that roll 20.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll my new one. Natural 20. What the hell?
That's like a very average roll.
I got a 16.
I think you guys cheat your rolls in my campaign because
11.
I was listening to it earlier, and it was like, all right, give me perception checks, and it was like 20, 28, 25, 18, 17. I was like, what the fuck? And
He's
that was
just
the
mathing out
whole
loud.
2 hours. I was like, what just happened?
All right. So it looks like Vincent, and then what did Vig get?
I got a 10.
Okay. Vig. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
How you
Hey.
doing? Covered in
Hey.
blood? Enjoying the trips to Dementia?
Trying to.
Okay. Hey, what did you do yesterday?
Well, kind of went outside and I drove around. Oh, you mean
Vig.
game?
Vig, not
Oh.
not Pakenheimen.
Got it. All right. Well, we basically got pulled into doing this whole murder mystery bullshit and dealing with all that stuff. So now we had to bring some invention to this party thing, and then we go there,
Rocky
and it's
Wait, you're switching between
And we're
girls?
about to fight Frankenstein's monster. What are you guys talking about? This guy's got it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leo. You got this.
No.
I don't remember. It's been like
A
3
month.
months.
Yeah. We've had some holidays going around.
Catch
Anyone
us up,
want
DM.
anyone want to help him out?
Yeah.
Catch us up, DM.
So we started off drinking at the Lonely Stump, and Vincent might have expedited the owner's death, and now we own the Lonely Stump, which is pretty cool.
That's a
Yes.
good starting spot. Yeah. You guys, and then what was it? Vig, you murdered someone, and then you met the captain of the Draken Scourge, and you talked about bringing the bounty to pick up from him. Ooh, that was bad English.
Basically, we're just trying to
Yeah.
throw the entire city into chaos.
Yeah, and then
Except for the tavern.
yep, and then you guys
Except
formulated a
our-
plan, and you went and talked to
With
the
Brothers of Chaos.
with the Brotherhood of Chaos. Yep.
And we've decided to team up to try and overthrow every other group.
By
Yes.
doing the bait and switch.
Bait
Good old
and
bait
switch.
switch.
Mm-hmm.
Love baiting and switching.
Oh, I love baiting. And
Yeah.
switching.
And then
Then we delivered an invention to a party. It was great.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good time. And then you guys also, I think you plan to meet up with the Draken Scourge this morning. So you went and talked with the Brotherhood of Chaos last night, and then there's some bone creatures that attacked you
Mhm.
as you're coming up from the ground.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, and then
Something-
we were all mysteriously standing around a 5-foot hole in the ground, and Vincent was screaming bloody murder, and then Vig came back to life, and then there was a tornado that snapshot out of his fist, and then there was a catapult of boxes that I threw, and then we were just sitting there not knowing what just happened.
Exactly.
So pretty successful, yeah.
Right, and then you guys went your way. So I think everyone except for Leoty went back to the Lonely Stump to rest and recuperate. And then we had Alfred Albert, the helper of Snaps, who was put in charge of running the Lonely Stump.
Yeah, that dude.
Fucking Alfred.
Alfred Albert III.
Anybody have any questions, comments, and or concerns before we get moving this morning?
No.
I think it's right for someone who's AA to be running the bar.
It keeps them under control.
Gotcha, okay.
I don't know. He's not my
He doesn't drink.
drinker.
It's not really a temptation when it's all around you. I mean, you can do it
Hold
whenever, right? All
Don't
right.
worry, you don't
I
drink.
am only here to make money, and if I can make money on the hospital and sending people to the hospital by drinking, I can absolutely do that.
Nice. All right.
One-stop shop.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna pick up today with you guys regrouping in the center of the um, Lamentia, and you're gonna go talk to the Draken Scourge guys. So as you're making your way down there, is there anything else you guys wanted to do before you walked in? No.
Nope.
All right.
No, I
So
think I'm
you guys go to the northeast area of the town, kind of by the front entrance that leads back towards like the road and the Gray Manor, and the Draken Scourge have set up kind of a camp and a stronghold in the area. You can see that they 25 additional members that were promised have arrived, and they are set up in very temporary barracks. And you can see that some of the city buildings now have the banner of the Draken Scourge over them, and they are under their control or garrisoned.
Okay.
You can see that there are two gentlemen with fancy coat pockets on their chest piece, holding up front with these appear to be like darkened steel glaives. As you guys approach, they go, "Halt! What is your business?" And you see that
Turn
one.
in my bounty.
Yep. And you see the one guy kind of wave to Vig. He's like, "Oh, hey, Vig."
Hey, friend.
And this was your. You've actually met him before. This is Philippe. He's the guy that's kind of shows you the ropes on how to go through and get all your contracting done with the Draken Scourge.
Nice.
Hey, Billy. I killed this dude and I pulled the head out.
Okay. He's like, "Excellent. Well, you know where to go for processing. Go ahead and talk to George over there. He'll get you all set." Who'd you end up having to take out this time?
I don't know his name. I just remember seeing his face on the posters.
You silly friend. You always just go and kill random people and hope that it's the right guy.
No,
Oh, no? Yeah, there is some accuracy to it? Okay.
a little bit.
Okay.
Just here and there.
Cool. So then he ushers you through, and then the rest of your party is standing outside.
Burr.
Burr.
Hey, Vincent. Hey, Snaps. How you guys doing today?
Hello, Leody.
Hey,
Arrested
hey,
well.
they're with me.
Oh, yeah. Can we come with you?
We're kind of under tight constriction. You have to have
Oh.
previous credentials before being able to enter the encampment right now.
Yeah, their credentials are me.
Dude, here you go. Check out my business card. I pull up a business card. And I show it to him.
And then he pulls out the one that Vig gave him and puts them kind of side by side. Okay, they match up. Cool.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna go help him out. I kind of like his trusted right hand man. So if he ever needs anything, he kind of just like gives me the nudge, and I go help him out. So I kind of go where he goes.
Okay.
And I his left leg.
Yeah, and then Snaps his right head. So we all kind of are like a conglomerate of fun.
You are a
Yeah.
strange creature indeed. Very well. Well, you go ahead and talk to George, and you can get your bounty.
All right, let's go talk to George, Vig.
I would like to go talk to George.
All right. So as you walk into the encampment, you can see that there's about 2 rows of barracks buildings that are built up in like these white leather tenting fabric that you can see has been nailed to like kind of the inside of the perimeter of Lamentia, and you can see that there's an almost like an outpost or something stopping people from coming in on the outside of the gate of Lamentia that kind of leads out. And there's this alleyway that you guys are traveling down. You go about like a quarter mile down, and you can see that there's a temporary table set up with one of the gentlemen with the Dragon Scourge emblem on his chest. He's got a pink feather hanging out, and there's a little sign that just says bounties.
What's up, George?
He goes, "Hey Vig, how are you?"
I'm doing all right. I killed this guy.
"All right. You know what we need: bottle of blood, head, and any other fingerprints that you've got."
I don't have the fingers anymore, but here's the head, and here's a bottle of blood.
Okay, so you see that he pulls out some sort of like basin. He asks you to pour the blood in there, and then you take the cup off and you pour the blood in, and then he takes out like a little wicker basket and you put the head in there. And you see that he throws them into what appears to be like an old school washing machine and presses on, and this magical ethergy just kind of spins it together, and you see a green light pop on. And you hear a little bing.
Nice.
And so then he walks back, he picks up a sack of about 10 gold, and he hands it over to you. He goes, "Thank you for your business today."
Sweet George. Are there any other bounties I should be worried about?
Well, we've given you the list. But-
I know, but like I don't remember the list. I just kind of look at pictures.
Okay. Well, there's James Fern. He was an alchemist that used to work down by the alchemist shop, and he recently has tried to swindle one of our guys out of some money. He's about 15 G for him. There's Juanito Carlos. He was found trying to hop in the borders that we put up. So we're probably just gonna charge you about 10 gold for just a head. Any pain or influence that's done before then could be rewarded severely, or greatly, not severely. Excuse me. Yes.
I know what you meant,
Strange creature.
What? Is he reading down the list?
This is kind of like the bounties that have come up for today, like the people that have.
New arrivals.
Is he
Yeah.
like physically reading, or does he just know these?
There's a little list on the table of things that have come in today so far.
And he's reading from it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I inconspicuously use prestidigitation and make his name appear at the very bottom?
Yeah. Let's see here. Go ahead and
Oh,
give me.
God.
Prestidigitation does that.
Yeah. What? I have to
I
look-
can make up minor illusions of things. I can make small marks or whatever. So if I can make a small mark which happens to be his name,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a deception roll to see if he's kind of like scoured through this and been able to, be deceived by this.
sure. Deception. Normal roll. 19.
Cool. So he's panting down like another 3 or 4 names, and then he goes and says his name, and he kind of stops for a sec, and he's like, "There's no crime. I'm just on here because."
I pull my sword out.
He's like, no, I have to sign. I have to sign every list to make sure that it's accurate. That's what I had to do.
George, you better not be lying to me.
I'm not. He shows the paper to you. Now, does
Do I see
does it keep it on there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I make it appear for a few minutes.
Okay, so it's there, kind of on the bottom of the list. That's the last thing on there. He's like, yeah. See, I just have to sign it so that it verifies that these people are worth money.
That doesn't sound quite right.
Do you want to try and do like an insight check or something to
Yes.
see if he's lying?
I would like to do an insight check.
Okay, he's gonna do a deception check as well to see how he does. Okay.
I wonder if I can use cutting words.
Oh
Alright.
gosh.
A solid 3. Let's go.
Okay, so you're able to understand what he's saying, and that he's kind of done this before with you, or he signs off on the bottom of the list and then hands it out to someone. So
All right, George. Better not be fucking with me.
I'm not. Come on, we've been working together for a year. We know that
I
this
know,
works.
George. You're a good guy, but like, if your name's on the list, usually it's on the list.
Right, I understand. Well,
Come on, man.
how about this? To make sure that we're good buddies and this doesn't get absurd, I can set up a meeting with Geralt this morning if you guys want to talk with him and kind of discuss what our plans are. We've got some big things going on this week.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
He says, "Okay, cool." And so you see him kind of go back to the tent behind the washing machine of Destiny, and you can see kind of has like some sort of magical rock that he can speak into to communicate with Geralt. And he comes back out with you guys, and he says, "All right, well, if you go straight down the alley, in the far right tent, there's going to be Geralt. I've said that you guys are on your way. I believe he said that he'd met you guys at the bar earlier, so just talk about what you need to talk about. Have a good one."
Okie doke. Sayonara.
Goodbye.
Cool. All right, so I guess you guys head on down, or
Yeah, we're
Absolutely.
gonna go see
Dodged a
Geralt.
fucking bullet.
all right. So then
Poor
you guys head on down the alleyway. You can see that the 30 or 40 people that are here now are starting to prep. You can see that blades are beginning to get sharpened. You can see that armor is starting to get tempered to be prepped for war. Like they've done this before, they know the routine. As you guys get to the tent, you can see that there's one gentleman out front. He's got a very small head for some sort of like lizard-like creature. It's got like a black and red splashing on it, kind of on the right side coming back. He says, hello?
Hello.
Hola.
Uh,
Greetings.
how's it going?
I am here.
How's
Fair
it
enough.
going? Nice weather outside, isn't it?
Yes?
And you are?
Unknown.
Oh,
Your name?
Unknown.
You don't know your own name?
I
his name's
cannot-
unknown.
You're not
His name's
entitled to
unknown.
that information, sir.
I thought
Why
I
not?
was.
Nope.
I'm buddies with Geralt.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
buddy with Geralt, man. He's good friends with him. Come on, don't you want to be friends with this guy? Look how cool he is. Look at that sword. You want to be friends with this guy. Please tell us your name. I'm
You do
trying to
know that
persuade
he's
you.
friends with Geralt.
Yeah, I understand, but Geralt's my best friend. I can't just,
Well,
have
Vig
him
is my
talking to
best
anyone.
friend, so we should have best friend names, right?
All right. How's this? Let's go talk to Geralt. We'll clear this all up.
He stands just kind of like placard face, just trying not to like get any further into the conversation. You can see that he's very anxious about talking to people. He doesn't really do social situations that well.
What kind of
This
weapons
is-
do you have on him?
You can see that he has the same kind of glaive that's got this dark tempered steel to it.
And he's the only one in the room.
He's outside the camp, like
Right,
before
but-
you were to go into the door that would meet Geralt.
Right, but he's the only one
He's the only one
blocking
there.
said
Yes.
entrance.
Hey, well, if looks like you're a weapons guy, right? You're a weapons guy? Yeah, you're a weapons guy. I could see it by your blade. Hey, by any chance, do you have a longbow I can just like have? By any chance, like I would love it. If you have like a longbow that you're not using, I would love to have a longbow. If you have one like on hand or like near a hand.
Or your hand.
These damn
Or your
elves always
hand.
asking for handouts. No, we don't have any stuff for you.
Oh come on, man.
Nope.
Well, I'm watching you.
I'm watching
Go
you right now.
Talk to Geralt. Let's go.
No, you're not. I'm gonna stealth away from this bitch.
All right, Mr. Antisocial. Let's go.
You can hear some commotion kind of in the back of the camp. You just hear like, Steve, what is going on? Do we have guests? He's like,
Steve.
yeah, there's some people out here. I don't know if they're trying to see you though.
Yeah,
I
we're
s-
trying to see him.
He's
We
like,
might have said that we've been trying to see them this whole time.
all right, and then you
Like
see
we said,
that
we were going to clear this all up.
Geralt has now come out of the tent. He's standing next to Steve. He's
What's
like,
up, Geralt?
hi, hold on one sec. Steve, I told you, come on. Look, if there's guests coming to see me, you have to let me know. You just can't keep them outside. He's like, okay. And so he waves you guys into the tent, and you can see that there's a bit of a like temporary war room that has been set up. You can see that there's a map of Lamentia on the table. He's got some placards and little tokens and stuff on the table, kind of showing where people are located. He ushers a few of you guys to sit down. There's a few seats out by the table, and there's a larger seat with some food next to it where you can go ahead and sit down. You kind
So,
of
Geralt. I see everyone's getting ready. Where do you want us? I'm bringing my companions along. They're good people.
okay. He goes, well, thank you for meeting up with me. I'm sure you were able to get your reward from George. And what our plan is, we're going to try and start probably in the next few days after preparations are ready. We're just going to walk in and take the Emerald Alliance side of the city
Okay.
with full force. So what I want
What's
you guys
the,
to do is I need
alright.
some sort of distraction to pull their forces to a different area. And I know you guys have your own way of doing things. So what I would like you to do is pull them to the north, and we're going to push from the south entrance.
Pull to the north.
Which enemies were we attacking again?
Emerald.
He's talking about the Emerald Alliance.
Yes.
So he's saying he wants you guys to kind of go through the gate that's up here while they attack through here.
Got it. Do you
So-
want us to go after maybe some of their turrets, outer defenses at all?
If you guys can bring something down as a distraction, that's fine. We just need you to try and pull forces away.
Break
You
it
cut
up.
out.
You're cutting out.
Hello, tacos. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, he says I just need you guys to pull some of the forces away. The Emerald Alliance are stupid. They're elven in nature, so I'm sure they've got some pretty good archery skills. So if you guys can pull some of those range units away from us, we'd be able to get in and attack Vera.
Okay.
This seems doable.
Are you not worried about the Brotherhood of Chaos?
From kind of the research we've heard, they're not really in the conflict. I'm sure we can get along with them. They can have the lower city, and we'll just keep the top.
Okay.
Fair enough. After you guys attack from the south, what was your game plan? Just storm into their into the, what was it like? It wasn't like a castle, but it was like a cathedral, right?
Yeah, they had made fortifications in a kind of a strongholded old castle area, and so
Okay.
we're gonna try and push in and take care of Vera.
Okay. And you said in the next couple days you're trying to do this. You have a basic like timeline of
Yeah.
when you want to start.
So what he
like,
kind of
dawn or
he
night?
brings you guys to the table, and he shows you through all the tokens kind of how he plans to move his people in a kind of slow regimen fashion where it looks like just a few people are going at a time, where eventually he has a house there that he's going to stack his army in, and then he's going to push from there to the south. That will probably take about 2 days to do after prep, and prep will probably last about another 2 days. So we'll probably act in 5 days.
All right.
Fine.
Are you not worried that Vera is prepared for this, as you've been bringing in reinforcements?
If she was worried about this, I'm sure there would be a action against us in some way, shape, or form, but we haven't been able to see anything. I think
Break
she's
it
just
up.
trying. Hello?
Hello.
Better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I said, or Geralt said, she hasn't done anything to us yet, and we haven't seen any response from her to try and do something to us. So I think she's probably just trying to fortify and defend.
Hmm.
All right.
Elves
Is
don't
there
have any
anything?
sneakiness. Don't worry.
Is there anything that we can do to help assist with the prep over the next day or so?
Are any of you guys talented in like blacksmithing or being able to upkeep a camp? We could use some maids or people to help clean up.
Don't do that.
No, we just have a
No.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I guess
bring-
I know you guys have that to do as well. So I also know that the southern entrance is pretty close to your bar, and we wouldn't want to see anything happen to it. If you would like, I might be able to send a guy or two down to help assist the defense of that, because while you were there, we had the best customer service we ever had under your management. So
We're good. We got camp. We got people there.
We
I
have
mean,
our people.
what kind of barbarian destroys a bar?
sometimes in these things, a spell goes afar and hits something it's not supposed to. So just
You never know, I guess.
It does sound as if you are trying to coerce us. Is that your intent?
if you guys want to assist us, we would appreciate it. We can do it on our own, but we could reward you in some way, shape, or form if you wish to help.
I'm good. I have some work to be doing.
Same here. I don't get involved in politics too often.
Okay.
I haven't made my mind up yet.
Okay. our loyal Vig.
You know, I'm gonna do what I can, but if I have to make a distraction by myself, that'll be a little difficult. But we'll see what happens.
Understood. Leotti?
What else is in this room?
So what you can see is this is kind of like a general war room. There's a table with all the planning and preparation. There's his seat a little further across the room with a table next to him with some food on it.
Is there any letters or anything
No.
like anything on it? Is there like drawers that look locked or
That
anything
looks
that
about
looks...
the only things in this room.
Well,
As you can
what
tell,
foods
this
you
has
got?
been kind of like a temporary area that they're using to set up. You can tell that all their other stuff is probably in a different area.
Is there
Does he-
anything like on the war table or that looks like confidential or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Does he have a drink?
No, you can just see that there's some food.
I was gonna say we could use the dragon scourge as our own, you know? Do this.
25.
All right. So, as your eyes dart around the room with elven skill, you can see that on the table there are certain tokens that you can make out as unique players. You can see that he has a few of his larger lieutenants positioned in specific spots, and you can see that he has himself planned actually going up to the north wall.
Okay. Good to know.
Hmm.
You
Is
should
there a...
go on the map where, or do not necessarily have that.
That's interesting. So our place is in the south, and he wants us to go north to distract, and he wants to be north as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's see if I can.
So he's not going to be leading the brunt of his force. He's going to
The
the
south.
distraction.
We're going to talk about it. You do.
I was just making sure I understood correctly.
And then let's do purple. This is the wall. I don't know if you can make that out. Yeah, so here, I guess you guys can see it. There's a purple line that denotes the wall between the two areas. The EA is kind of the Emerald Alliance area. And then he's probably going to, from what you can kind of make out, Leotti, is that that tower that you guys destroyed was also in the northern area. You kind of blew something up around like here, towards the north of the area. So you're probably guessing that there's some way that he has in to the north where he could probably take a crew.
My bad.
That's funny. Okay. Thank you, Garrot.
No problem.
Hey, your friend out there wasn't helping me out, but do you have a longbow by any chance that I could have?
I do not. Most of our forces are melee.
Oh.
If anything, we have some high quality javelins you could use.
I don't throw javelins. But thanks for the offer.
Of course.
Well, Vig, how do you feel?
I think we should go back to the bar. Talk about it.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go drink some.
Okay, so
Everybody else agree?
before you go, he says, 3 days from now, meet me at this camp, and we'll go over what you guys have planned, and then how I can attune to that to make my army successful with that.
Okay.
Sounds good, man.
Cool.
All right, we'll catch you later.
Praise be.
See ya later. See you later, dude.
I just walk out without saying anything.
You can
Alright,
see
so
that
we
he's
go back
kind of eyeing you guys as you walk away with some scrawny eyes.
I
Snaps
asked-
walks on his hands.
It's that circus adventures that Snaps has.
God damn the circus adventure.
Hey man, he's like 169 years old. Actually, he's older
170.
than that now. Yeah.
This is
So-
his
Age
birthday.
changes every time.
Oh man.
How old is Snaps?
Well, once upon a time, I had a biography for him, and then I did. So Snaps is a mystery man of many talents, if you must know.
Snaps, McTrapeze, Kraken.
Cool. All right, so you guys are able to leave the encampment of the Draken Scourge, and you make your guys' way back to the Lonely Stump. Is there any kind of shopping or anything you want to do on top, or are you just going straight to the bar?
No.
All right, straight to the bar. So you guys walk in. You can see that it's probably about 10 o'clock now after your discussions with everyone. You can see that the bar is opened. Um, Alfred Albert has opened the bar. You see that he's kind of wiping down the tables. All the people that were previously employed have showed up to work today, and they're starting to kind of get into their procession of how things go normally.
Word.
So there's no customers in there yet, right?
You have no customers right now.
All right. Well, guys,
Why
why
don't
don't,
we go-
why don't we sit down and we'll talk about what we want to do here.
You want to go talk in the separated house so no one can hear us?
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Just in case the other workers, they
Right.
might have a lingering ear.
Sure.
Cool. We go back to the back house and sit around the desk.
Sure,
And
you guys are
bring
able to
out-
walk in, and as you're walking by, you can tell that the soil that you melded earlier, you can notice a very faint scent of a body rotting, but nothing else.
Throw a
Okay.
little bit more dirt on.
Yeah, exactly what I do. I dig the hole deeper with mold earth and bring it down deeper.
Okay. So you guys now have made it back to your back office.
All right.
Right.
So what do we want to do here? Like, I thought the plan was to assist, quote unquote, um, with the attack against the Emerald Alliance, and then have the Brotherhood sweep in behind and help clean up after the fact.
Right.
So that's what I thought the plan was.
I had no clue what the plan was, really.
I thought that's what the plan was as well.
Yeah. I,
I am thrown off by the leader of the Draken Scourge, though. It's odd to me that he would have such a large amount of his troops in one place and we would be a distraction, but he wouldn't be commanding the bulk of his forces.
There must be something to the north that he wants for himself.
Absolutely. That means like the real point of interest is actually contrary to what he wanted us to believe.
I agree. That's why I didn't want him to have any of his soldiers at our place because I didn't trust them.
Right. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm kind
I
of
don't-
wary of it too.
I agree with you in that fact.
Snaps, what do you think?
This is, I'm taking it
don't-
you relayed this information, Leody, right, to your party. That's why they understand this.
Yes.
It was only you that did the investigation, so.
Oh yeah, I would
Okay.
easily tell him as soon as we were out of earshot. I'd whisper it to Snaps. Snaps would whisper it to Vincent. Vincent would whisper it to Vig. It'd be a full circle.
Whisper.
So you're playing telephone. Is that how you're doing this?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I was making a joke.
Okay.
At this point,
Leody,
at this point, I would be okay with just about anything as long as we're gonna make some money. You know,
well, we
like
have the
There you
bar.
go.
Like, we're gonna make money either way.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever you guys want to do as far as dealing with whoever, I'll back you guys up. That's what I'll do.
Thanks, Snap. You're such a loyal friend.
So that's what I got.
So what I think we should do, first and foremost, is figure out what kind of distraction we can go make. Second of all, we should see if we can get the bar enchanted and protected during the attack.
Okay, I can work on that.
Well, and I have picked up some new spells, guys. I think will come in handy. I just want to get your opinion on some things. We could use clairvoyance here. That it makes sensor that I can spy on things for 10 minutes, and it's a mile distance, so I can see what the Dragon Scourge are up to. or I can keep tabs on the bar here. We could use that. And then
Or even Emerald Alliance.
I've got a new ritual that will give me the tools to ask Kyranos and for him to give me a sign. So we can question Kyranos on whether or not we make good or bad decisions.
That's a
If
cool
you have
thing.
a way of communicating with a deity above our plane of existence, I recommend it.
It's not going to be a clear answer, but it'll tell us whether it's going to be good or bad. So that's better than nothing in my
Yes.
book, since we're going to be fighting a lot of people, I would think, over the next couple of days. So choose
Do
wisely.
it.
Yeah.
I say you do it.
I'm
So-
also a little worried about last night with those bone minotaurs. I don't
I
know
don't remember
where.
that.
We remember the bone minotaurs. We just don't remember anything.
Well,
okay.
we know it's not the Brothers of Chaos, and we know
No.
it's not the Dragon Scourge. The only person that is a logical answer that could be would be like the Emerald Alliance having a power that we don't understand.
I don't think it's them either. I think it's somebody outside the city. Somebody with necromancy. I've learned in my studies about necromancy, and it's the bringing of death. You could probably agree with me, Snaps, here, but bringing inanimate objects to life or animate skeletons, that's a difficult task that you have to be very skilled in to use, right?
Yeah, I think we're dealing with a necromancer.
Is it possible that the Emerald Alliance Queen is a necromancer, considering how powerful one person was to take over most of the city?
She uses life energy, though, I
I'm
think.
pretty sure, yeah, she uses life energy.
Have
I think we
seen
should
her?
worry about
She
one
mentioned?
problem at a time.
Yeah.
I've just thrown out the situations that have arrived in my head. That makes more
Well,
sense.
I also spent the night studying over another high level spell that might come in handy. We'll see what happens.
Okay, well, what's our plan from here? I agree with you, Vig.
Well,
What should we
that's-
do from here?
Well, I think we should try and figure out where we're going to set up this distraction and how we're going to do it.
I vote for the center of the city.
Leody, do you know at what point Geralt
that
was going
clicking?
to on the map? I think it's Steven. I don't know. It stopped. That.
What,
What do
the,
you
the
need?
clicking noise?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you need? Snaps?
Does it sound like this?
Yes. That. Leody,
Yes.
do you
that's
know
my name,
exactly
alright.
on the map where Geralt was placing his token?
Or his
think-
lieutenants.
Yeah, I will do that in the color of orange.
Orange.
I
Okay,
knew it.
I can do
Oh.
that. You can see that the he has something kind of like here.
That's where his token was placed at?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Alright, well, I say that we take a trip over there so I can get a visual, because how far. What is the distance like here? What is the general.
Can you look a mile away? Is that a mile away? Is that too
I
far?
just have to be within a mile of the place.
Yeah, you can tell that the city is about a diameter of about 5 miles, and so from the middle, if you're close to that, somewhere around where that red X is up top, you would be able to
Yeah,
be within
So
a
like
mile
right
there.
here, somewhere around in this like perimeter.
Well, that is Emerald Alliance territory. Everything on
Right,
that
I know.
left
I'm
side.
just saying like
Okay.
everything in this top arc somewhere.
Yeah, but you
But
could
we can
also be
travel freely
be
through the
near
city.
the like front
Oh,
of
yeah.
the city or near like the tower you blew up. You could also
Yeah.
be near there, and you'd probably be within range.
So I know all about this area though. Up top here. I've been everywhere around here.
Not in the Emerald Alliance territory. You guys have kind of strayed away from that area. None of your guys' backstory over the past year have said you've really dealt with her, but from the east side of the city, you kind of have been able to learn all that.
But I do have a general idea, right?
Right.
Okay. Because If-
So, why don't we like scope out this tower right here to do
Which one?
some sort of distraction, and like, we can scope it out and also try and get a sense for why he has his token up there at the same
Cool.
time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because
Vincent?
if I can get line of sight on a good place, a good vantage point, we can watch him.
That's 3 days from now, right?
Yep.
They're attacking in 5 days.
3 days we need to see him at the camp. 5 days they're attack.
Correct.
Yes.
So until then,
We need to figure out where to set up a distraction and try and scope out why he has his token up there, and also figure out
I
Say
didn't
it
hear
again?
your last sentence.
and try and figure out how to protect the bar.
Yes.
The important things
the
in
low
life.
priority.
Protect your profits.
Exactly. So I think we should up there see what the defenses around this tower is, because like you guys blew up that blue circle tower or attacked it, right?
Correct.
So why don't we follow the same MO and go after another tower? Because that's also what we told the Brotherhood that we were gonna do. We were gonna start taking out towers.
That was great. I'm good with that. Absolutely.
By the way, I pull out a Spragle card. Actually, I put it away. I double think twice about it. Put it away. I forgot where we were. We've been talking in here so long.
All right, we head that way. DM.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I stop in by the bar and talk to Albert Alfred and tell him when he gets a chance to make sure to find lots more help at the hospital because he's gonna need it.
he kind
And
of
then
nods
I
to you, and he's like, "Understand.
rejoin the
We will begin Snaps recruiting 105, following Protocol 2.4."
My dude.
Okay. So you see him pull
Might
out a
catch up
knife
with the
and
rest of the
start
group.
cutting his hand as you're leaving.
Yep.
You're like, all right. So, are you guys? How would you like to go to check this out? Are you going to stay on the east side, or are you going to try and go down to the southern gate and come up? Because remember, the north gate is only an exit. You can't actually come in through the north gate.
Say that again?
The southern gate is your entrance to the western side, the Emerald Alliance, and the northern side is an exit. It kind of works like a big rotating circle. You can only go in through the south and come out through the north.
Why can't we sneak out the end?
I just want to know how you guys are approaching getting within range. Because are you going to go outside the city and then come look at it? Or are you going to be inside the city on the Emerald Alliance side? Or are you going to be on...
I thought we were just gonna stay inside the city and just take.
What is
The
all of
alleyway.
this right here? Like, what is all of this?
That's like a main court... The purple area?
Yeah, the empty space.
That's the
in between.
dividing line.
The purple is like a wall. And then this empty space is kind of like a trading courtyard. You can see that. There's
So
a bunch
can't we
of...
just walk through right here?
There's
It's a
two
wall.
entrances. Remember, there's a southern entrance and there's a northern exit.
This is a giant wall that separates the city.
1
Correct.
and 2, right?
Correct.
Are there any bodies of water between here and there?
The only
Let's
body
separate
of
the two.
water is below in the underpit of Lamentia.
Hmm.
I
All right,
guess we'll
let's
just
go into
below
the
then.
southern gate and just
Yeah.
we'll walk around. We'll try and get a feel for what's going on inside the Emerald Alliance side of the city.
I'm cool with that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys leave your bar. Let's make sure I can note this. There we go.
Lonely Stump.
There you go. All right. So then, as you guys are heading out down towards the southern entrance, you get to the gate. You can see that there are what appears to be 4 Emerald Alliance members. They have the coloration of something that Vera would wear, not nearly as sexy. And you can see that they have some sort of elven bow on their back, and there appears to be some larger than normal wolf with them. And they go.
People are passing freely through
Yes,
the gate,
yes.
correctly?
So
We
you
would-
guys
I'd
are
just
able
walk
to.
right through.
Yep, you guys are able to walk through without a problem.
Like a dire
Before
wolf?
as we pass them, all of the rest of the party members have passed. I stop and I turn around and ask the guard, "Hey, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Where'd you get that bow?
It's made by Vera.
Can I get one?"
There is a market up top, close to the Cathedral of Vera, and you may be able to pocket yourself one there. A lot of them are being handed out. I don't know how many left are in stock.
Perfect. I'll tell them. What's your name again?
Let's see here. His name is Ezekiel.
Okay, Ezekiel. I'll tell them that you sent me. Thanks, man. And I'm gonna pat him in the back, and as I pat him back, I'm kind of give him a quick search.
Cool. You can see that he's got a very tight leather with this green metal or
Tiny
green.
leather, huh?
Yes, tight body armor of leather that seems to be made from a unnatural leather, something from outside of this dimension.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Extra
Ezekiel,
dimension.
have a good day.
You too.
As we're walking through, I want to try and keep a count of the number of guards I see, or just soldiers, members of Emerald Alliance in general.
Sure. How about this? Everyone give me a perception check, and then let me know what you want to look for, because I'm sure everyone kind of wants to keep their heads on their toes, right?
Yes.
Heads on their toes. Yep.
11
You got it.
plus-
Heads on their toes, they say.
14.
Okay.
Who says that?
It's a D&D saying. Got to look up and down.
12.
How now, brown cow?
8.
Okay.
18.
Now, let me know what you're looking for. So we'll start with Snaps. Snaps, what are you looking for with a 14?
Snaps over there.
14, I'm looking to try and keep a general number of troops as we're walking through from one gate to the,
Right.
I want rough estimates on how many members were.
Understood. You
Kind
can
of.
probably, as you're passing through, you could see that there's probably about 100 people in the attire of Emerald Alliance that look like they're armed with bows.
Okay. And that's just in this area where we're coming in?
I'm going to say from your visit from the south to the north, that's what you've noticed.
Okay.
So traveling all up the west side.
All right.
Keep that number on your notes or something.
Okay.
All right, next up, let's see here. Vincent, you rolled an 18. What are you looking for as you're traveling around this area?
I'm looking upwards. I'm looking to see both sky, second level roofs, anything that is other than normal.
Okay. You can see that a lot of the shops in this area, that if they do have a second floor, do have a bodyguard or some.
You're breaking up.
Can't hear a thing.
Hello? Better?
Hello.
Okay. As you're walking through, you can see on the second level of a lot of the shops, there are these bodyguards that are being placed. That most of the areas do have some sort of garrison in them.
And they are equipped just like everybody else with like the bows and such. Nothing
Correct.
different.
Correct. They all look very similar.
And
But it was
nothing that
the only
they can,
thing
like,
you've noticed
throw.
so far is you've noticed that the wolves that you've seen previously are only at the kind of the front gate. They don't appear to be within the city.
No eagles. That's a good sign.
Yep.
All right, and then Leote, you got an 8.
Yep.
What were you looking for?
Bows.
Okay.
I'm looking by a longbow.
You see a lot of people with bows.
I'm going to get myself a longbow.
And Vig, what were you looking for, and what did you roll?
I rolled a 12. I want to know what are the fortifications around the actual, like, cathedral fortress area.
Okay. when you guys kind of get up to that area, because I'm assuming you want to go pretty close to that so you guys can scope out with clairvoyance or something. Um,
Yeah.
You can see that you don't really see any fortifications. There are some people around, but there's no structures built.
Okay.
When we get up here, there's nothing built up here.
No. Around the EA.
Yeah, before you guys
Oh.
get to like the actual Cathedral of Vera.
Okay, because this is the cathedral all up here, right?
That is an area you guys haven't been to yet.
Okay.
It seems to be like a different section. There's walls all around that area.
Right around here is what I was talking about.
Yep.
Okay. So we haven't made it all the way around this thing yet, then.
Correct.
We're
I was gonna do like kind of
Approaching it.
approaching the cathedral.
Okay. I'm making sure that I was in the right loop. Looper. All right.
Looper.
All right, so
Looper Scooper.
as you guys proceed up, you see that there is a gentleman that appears to be near the cathedral, down
Your
kind of.
mic's cutting out.
Like every other word.
Hello, better?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think you just need to talk louder,
I think
Oh.
you just need to get a new mic.
Yeah, don't tell me that.
or that too.
It
All
is
right.
time for a new mic.
But I've had this for 8 years. Okay, but
Right.
anyways.
I replaced mine.
So, as you approach the area, you can tell that there's a gentleman that seems to be fletching out these bows and handing them out strictly to the people with these green leather. Would you like to approach him, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so as
I'm
you
gonna
approach
walk
him,
up to him and say, "Good morrow. Ezekiel from the front south gate sent me to pick up a bow. He needs another one. Hand it off to me. I'll take it to him."
I need your credentials and your Vera blessing, please.
Okay. Of course, I will throw up a vial of blood that I have, and I will throw up a wood plank of my name really fast, like really quickly, just like how they do like the things, the sleight of hand, really quickly. Yeah, yeah, exactly like that.
He just stares at you, waiting.
Oh, well, is there a lot of people around?
You can see that mostly at the front of this gate are the cathedral folk, the Vera's members, the bodyguards. There's maybe about 10 people around here.
Okay. Well,
I think at this point I'll step forward to the side and to begin making a distraction by performing quite loudly a song in great jubilance about Vera.
I would like to assist and just start dancing.
and as I do that, I put my arm around the guard and say, "Oh, this is the bard. He lives here. He owns the Lonely Stump. You have to hear him play. He's quite wonderful today. I'll tell you all about it someday." And I pull him over to the side. And
All right, I need a performance roll out of Vig and Vincent.
can I give him an advantage for persuade?
Nice. 19.
Ooh, get it to him.
I got a 12.
Can't I give him advantage because I was urging them on and I built him up?
I mean, I could use my own bardic inspiration.
So you guys have distracted the gentleman for about a minute. He sits there enthralled watching the performance between this tiefling dancing to the happy-go-lucky music of this bard.
My tail is swelling.
Is anybody next to the bow and arrows? I'm guessing it's like a rack, right?
You can tell that it's almost kind of like a fletching station set up at the bottom of the stairs. He's got maybe a tent over there. It's kind of stick set up. You can see that there's a station for actually stretching the wood and tensioning the actual rope.
Okay, as I have my arm around this guy and keeping his eyes forward, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna pick up a bow behind my back and kind of bring it toward me and grab it from behind my back so he won't see it happening.
Okay, go ahead and give me a
I don't have to
deception
roll
roll.
around. A what?
Deception roll.
Deception or sleight of hand?
Deception.
You know what? I'm gonna roll on here.
Uh-huh.
I haven't
After
even
you
rolled
rolled a bad number.
Oh,
it. No,
yeah.
you would hear it.
Oh, yeah, like we heard my clicking.
14.
Okay. So you're able to keep the gentleman distracted, and he's paying attention and watching these things. Hello? Better?
No.
Hello.
I
Hello?
Go
heard
for it.
that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we
Is
heard
that
that.
working?
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay.
Go
Alright.
take Liz's mic.
Let me
Oh,
buy you a microphone.
no, we'll get there. All right. So, you have this guy distracted. He's in your arms. He's watching the dance of the tiefling. You see that your mage hand has picked up a completed bow and has been again floating behind you guys.
I just want it to like float and like land in my backhand and behind my back and like put it underneath my cloak and then like turn away and like walk behind like without showing my back, like all stealthy, like
Right. So, you see this bow floating through the air, and then you can see that he's paying attention to you and this dance. It is able to kind of float onto your back, and you're able to kind of put your cape over it or your leather armor and hide it.
Okay, perfect.
So, um, during the course of my singing and such, I would like to allude to Snaps to sabotage the bows. And I'm going to do that with euphemisms through song.
Please tell me how you're gonna do that.
Well, it was kind of like when we met Vera, and she was able to unstring that which binded us to free us from the restraints of those who would not
So-
bow.
What am I rolling to pick up on these hints?
Just give me a roll d20,
Okay.
Insight check.
and then do like a wisdom roll.
Wisdom roll. Okay.
You're pretty wise, right?
16 plus 3 is a 19.
Okay, so through the strange lyrics of Vincent, you can understand that he wants you to go and basically tamper with the station.
I paused myself, turn around, so. Well, because I'm not in the performance. The guy's
No.
not paying attention to me, right?
You're basically behind the two gentlemen, and they've walked past the tent and are watching this performance of this tiefling dance.
I turn around and pull out my. Got a little dice bag
Mm-hmm.
that is inscribed from like seashells. The dice are made out of like seashells and stuff.
Okay.
And I throw some sticks on the ground and roll my dice and cast augury.
Okay.
What that do?
I'm gonna ask Kyranos whether it's a good idea if I mess up all the bows.
I like it. I like it.
Here, I'll do this so everybody can read it.
So as you kind of like drop these sticks onto the ground, you can see that they almost spell out no effect on the ground in this strange wording of stick pattern.
Nothing at all. Wheel and woe.
It just like the actual pieces of wood have fallen. It spells out no effect.
Alright. Alright, so then I turn around and cast nothing because
Oh,
There's no effect.
there's no effect.
Perfect. I
No
slap the man hardly.
And
in
I
the
just
back.
go,
Yep.
nah.
okay.
You had one more thing to say, Leoty? As
I slap the man hardly in the back and say, "You have a wonderful day." And I pull away and walk away, and I walk the opposite direction, and I kind of turn down an alley.
okay, so you guys are able to regroup. You've picked yourself up in Elven Bow. It hits for let's see, here.
Huh?
Yep.
Leoty.
Absolutely.
This is a pain.
Did you guys hear any of that?
I heard pick yourself, and then
And then Leoty.
All right, Leoty, you have gotten. This is gonna be a pain.
A bow!
An Elven Bow, that is 2d8.
a longbow, right?
An Elven Longbow.
2d8, that's pretty dead.
Perfect.
Hope you got some arrows.
I have some.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you proceed
I do.
after
Yeah,
this.
okay.
Are you guys trying to
Yeah.
walk towards the area to try and get in, or are you going to cast your clairvoyance at a certain point? What would you like to do after this point?
Well, I want to just we're inspecting the area just so because I just need to be on this side of the wall in order to cast clairvoyance. If I want to cast it somewhere over here or over here, you know.
Okay.
So I really want to get around this whole place right here because this is where we've been. Because I
Right
want to see because this is where the guy is going to show up, right? This is where he's marked it on his map from what Leody saw.
From Leody saw, you were able to figure out that Geralt is going to try and get into this sealed area.
Right.
So
So
as you
I
guys,
really want to see what's in there.
okay. So as you guys come up to that side of the wall, you can see that there isn't an entrance. It's just a solid wall to match the rest of Lamentia's outer towers.
Can we see the top of it?
It's about 15, 20 feet up.
I know,
It
but
kind of arcs up in a circular form.
That's not too tall.
how tall are these buildings next to it?
The
This is-
cathedral is about 30 feet high, and then you can see that there's some basic houses, maybe like a 10-foot roof with a little bit of a curvature to it.
You're breaking up real bad, bruh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm using a dimension door after I go invisible, and I'll just look and.
Okay, is this better?
I
Yeah,
think so.
for now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay.
So it's a 15, 20 foot wall. There are some buildings that are 10 feet ish.
So that's a one-story building.
It's a 1 story building. And you said there's a cathedral that we can see. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
Vera's
the
cathedral.
Ferris Cathedral, correct. And that would be to your
Yes.
left.
These are just normal buildings, the 10-foot buildings.
Yeah, you can see they're like a personal home or something.
You said
Alright.
that one doesn't have any discernible.
Hey,
Just-
Vig. Do you think you can give me a boost so I can take a look over the wall if we get on top of these roofs?
Yeah, and I would like to pick up snaps and just chuck them.
Are you throwing them up onto the roof or just straight up to the air?
Hopefully
should-
not.
You should put me on the roof and then climb up here so you can just lift me over the wall so I can see.
You know there's a bunch of guards everywhere, right?
Are there where we are at?
Yeah, you can see that there are like 4 or 5 patrolling guards that are walking by this area.
Oh.
A good chunk of this eastern wall is covered by guards and assassins.
Do I see any buckets of water? Or barrels of water? Or small tubs of water?
No, you can't see anything that looks like it would have some sort of bucket of water in it.
Hmm.
So, Leody,
Yes.
you know I have the ability to make more than one of us invisible, right?
I did not know that.
It used to just be you, but I can also be invisible now as well. I also have the ability to traverse doors that look like they can't be opened or enter places where there are no doors.
Well, that's quite nifty, isn't it?
You want to
Sure.
make yourself invisible and then hop on over?
I was
Vig
gonna
may
say
know.
if we take out what he's planning on getting anyway, then I think we would have the upper hand.
That's even a better idea. What about Vig and Snaps? I kind of want them to go with us. They're kind of our strength, you know, like our big
My
force.
magic is great, and I will allude in character to the idea of spell slots.
And as you are talking about this to your party, you begin to feel your business cards vibrating.
I look at
Uh-oh.
the business card.
The name Vera is on it.
Uh-oh.
Don't answer.
We-
Don't answer.
We dip
Just
into an
wait for it to
alley.
go.
We dip
You know
into an
what?
alley.
I'm kind of okay with answering it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Yeah, I
into
think-
her anyway.
Yo, Vera, what up?
So I'll
Vig
pull.
answers.
Okay.
What up?
So Vig swipes right on the card, and he sees that on the mirrored side, Vera's face is there.
What's up, girl?
We're all like crowded over Vic's shoulders, like looking into it.
So she goes,
Hey,
so
it's ISIS.
I haven't talked to you all in a while. I hope things are going well.
More or less.
Indeed.
Yes. My guards have said that you've patrolled into my area.
We're just taking a stroll.
Okay. Would you like to come meet me? We have some events to go discuss.
Events.
Yes.
Ooh, is there gonna be a party?
There's some unique rumors going around that I thought I'd like to talk to you about.
That sounds wonderful.
I mean, I guess so. Are you gonna supply drinks? Because, like, I'm really thirsty right now.
There will be no drinks in this meeting.
Let's do this over dinner.
How about you come meet me now? I'll go send my guards to get you.
You can come to our new bar.
No, it's okay. You're right here. I'll come find you. I'll get the
But
guards
our
and I'll
new
send to
bar
get you.
has chairs and beer.
It's fine.
And
But that's not what I'm
Insta.
interested in.
In Insta Ale. Have you ever had Insta Ale before?
Well, only if it comes with a broken tower.
No. What are you talking? How
Question.
does ale come with broken towers?
I'd like to make a perception check about where she's at. Can I see anything in the background?
You can tell that she's in her cathedral.
Have I been there?
Yes.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
I'm not in his viewpoint because he's so tall.
Okay.
So I want to start casting divination, or start casting clairvoyance on the cathedral.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose hearing.
Okay. What does this do?
I like
All
this
right.
idea a lot.
I'll do this.
You make
There's an invisible sensor in a location you've visited or seen. I won't put it behind her chair.
Or in an obvious location that you haven't.
Right. The sensor remains for the duration and can't be interacted with.
It sees a luminous, intangible, fist-sized orb. Okay.
And you can switch it if you want.
It's if they can see it.
Right. Okay. So you can hear the mirrored conversation of what's being done on her side. You can also
Right.
hear what appears to be a clamoring of several guards that she is. You can almost like hear a gesture of waiting, like
Okay.
a pace to get people to start moving.
I motion to DJ to hurry the call up and end it.
That's a drink.
Ah,
So, like, 15 minutes, real quick? I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, we gotta go potty.
We'll come meet you where you're at, and we'll bring you here.
No, we'll meet you where you're at.
We'll call you in 15 minutes. As long
We'll
as you
call you in
answer, we
15
can teleport
minutes.
and be right there.
Alright,
Yep.
we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Alright, bye.
That's how the cards work.
all right. And I want to sit and listen to see what she has to say.
I pick up snaps and I throw him over my shoulder so he's still, concentrating or whatever.
Okay.
You guys ready to book it?
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to go in there?
I don't think so right now, especially since with her being onto what we're doing.
Hold on. Oh wait, I can't do
Because
that.
we got to get snaps and the OD out.
Let's just go into hiding for 10 minutes because that's just how long I can see. We just need to see what she's saying,
I can agree
not
with
to
that.
us.
Let's just go in an alleyway and kind of hide down.
Yeah,
sneak
we
a
just
little
need to
bit.
bunker down for 10 minutes to see what the deal is and whether she knows exactly where we're at.
So let's like run like this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys begin to make your way towards the southern or the northern exit, right?
Yeah.
And what you can hear on the clairvoyance is, I can't believe they had the dignity to betray me, just to try and take down a tower after what I offered them. Very well. And you can hear like 4 or 5 guards next to her. She's like, they're by the southern gate. Relay this message. They can't leave.
All right.
Alright.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
No, let's
relay.
hold
that,
on. Yeah, I'm relaying everything she's saying, and my opinion is that we should go ahead and sneak into there. We don't know whether we'll be able to get back in here until we come in 3 days.
Right.
We might as
I
well
can't
look.
get everybody to sneak in there. If there aren't like openings, I can get in there.
Well, that's just it. As long as I can see clairvoyance to a ceiling or a tower somewhere, I can get a good look around, but it won't give me. I can get sight or hearing. I can't get both.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you think?
I think we just got to get out of here now.
I think we need to just book it.
I think
Because
we passed the point.
Yes,
we're
Vera,
already
we are on
ahead-
our way.
We're already ahead of her. We can
Yeah, it's
run
time to
before the guards find out.
And you can
The
hear
message.
doors closing.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
We head out the north entrance.
Okay. So you guys book it, and then when you get to the gate, they just wave to you. They said, "Thank you for visiting the Emerald Alliance. Best of luck to
Do
you."
they have a dog?
Yes, you can see that there appears to be 4 wolves at the gate entrance.
Okay.
Can I pet one?
Yes, as you try to put your hand on it, you see it begins to scurry away from you.
Awesome. Bad dog. And I continue to walk.
And you can see that the 4 of them start growling at you.
Bad dogs.
All right, so let's like run up.
Let's head to the Underdark. On the lower level, I think.
Yeah, this is starting to
Uh,
spiral.
Yeah, it's starting to spiral. I think we should just head back and either go to the Lonely Stump, or we like snake around the city and then go to the Lonely Stump, try and make sure that we lose all the guards
Cool.
in case they cross.
Hold
over.
on. We can leave the city through here, correct?
Yes, that's the
where?
entrance you guys came in.
Is there any water in the surrounding area back here, or like out in this areas?
There were like big crops of fields. If you were to leave and follow that path, that leads to like
Fields
the
of
Gray
crops.
Manor. There's not really a lot of water in this area.
I
Because
like
remember
the
that
Gray
trail is
Manor.
only used for basically walking. There's very little around that area.
Okay.
Well, fuck, that didn't work.
So you guys are able to make it back into the eastern region of the Mencia area.
This
Yep.
town kind of sucks. It's like spiraling out of control.
It's like
I'm ready
deja
to
vu all
leave.
over again.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Let's go find out. So let's go east. Let's go back to our ship. Let's go back to Dragon's
Ooh.
Pass.
See if it's magically appeared.
Hold on, guys. Should we call Vera and let her know that we know that Geralt is coming to that place?
No. No.
Or we
We've
do,
already betrayed her and she's aware of it.
Or we do, and
and we start the war up there.
just fake her out with some good news, and hope that maybe she changes her mind. I don't know.
Can you still do that talk to your god thing?
I wouldn't risk it today.
Leody, give me a perception check.
$28.
Okay. From your wonderful hearing insight, you can see that the 5 guards that were mentioned previously are now at the northern gate talking to the guards.
Is our 10 minutes up yet?
I'm outside the mile range. I don't know
Oh.
what I heard before I hit the mile range, but
Okay, so we can cover that real quick. As you guys were running away, you could hear that she was sending people after you. And
Right.
you can hear that she also says, "Where the hell is Albert? He was supposed to be back by now."
This
Ah.
little nigga.
Albert was the one in the Brotherhood of Chaos we killed.
The other
Ah,
Albert.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
your Albert. The
Yeah,
other
we wiped him the fuck out.
We did.
And then you can hear like the crashing of vials in the background before you leave the entrance.
Vials.
gotcha.
Yep, it's the Potions Master. Cal Duran.
Oh,
More just out of rage, she's breaking stuff.
Yeah,
Mm.
she's mad. She's throwing a hissy
Or
fit.
James Fern.
oh.
Yeah.
All right, so where are you guys going?
Well,
Head back to that lonely stump, I guess.
I guess. I mean, we got to figure out a way to cause a distraction, whether we just walk in there or not.
Snaps.
Your distraction could be just literally walking to the north gate. I mean,
Exactly.
Snaps asked the nearest like local merchant, where's the place that he could buy a bag of holding?
We already
Oh.
have a bag of holding.
if you need a bag of holding, just head on downstairs. That's where all you get your favorite little goods. I got myself this cool little watch. Look, when I click it, it makes a noise. Don't know what it does
Just
yet.
knock it out of his
I'd like to inspect the watch if he allows me.
He says, "No, this is mine. I paid my life's fortune for this.
How much would you say your life is worth?
About 10 gold."
I give him 10 gold
Wow.
and I take his life.
How are you taking his life?
Um,
As
That's
soon as
good.
he's pulling out a dagger to attack him, I'm going to stop him.
what? Yeah, I mean, I probably it's gonna be a combo. It's gonna be me stabbing him with the dagger and using vicious mockery. This is what you think your life is worth.
No, this is just what the pocket watch is worth. This is what's my life savings. Oh, excuse me.
If your whole life has been worth 10 gold, I want the watch.
11 gold and you can have it.
10 gold or your life.
He doesn't really know what to do at this moment. But at this moment,
I grab Vincent and I just start dragging him.
but at this moment, Vincent, you can feel that the eyes that you own in your skull are slowly just like becoming this blackness, and it's just almost you're enthralled for blood.
Does this intimidate him a bit?
He doesn't notice it. It's something you
Oh,
can
I-
feel your body going through.
Okay. I want the watch. So I reach for the watch.
Okay. Just 10 gold and it's fine. 10 gold, it's okay.
I reach for the watch.
Okay. He puts his hand out for the gold and has the watch out at kind of like the same time. Do you give him the
He
gold?
reaches for the watch.
I reach for the watch.
Okay, but you haven't grabbed it yet. He's offering, to get the gold.
I clasp my hand around said watch now. I'm now holding the watch.
And I clasp Vincent by the back of the neck.
I
All
throw
right.
a box at the guy from behind him.
Are you using catapult or are you just gonna hit him with a box?
I'm just going to hit him with a box.
All right. So with Vincent's hand on the watch, you can see Leoty just come up with like a plank of 2x4 and thunks the dude on the head. He drops, and Vincent, you have the watch in your hand now, and the guy's out cold.
Awesome. So now we can
Calm
go back.
down!
Alright, let's go.
Did you not see this? It's worth his life.
Jeez Louise.
You can tell
I mean,
upon
they're
further
not
inspection,
wrong.
it's just a very ornate pocket watch. There's nothing special to it.
Oh, there will be.
Okay.
Okay, you can tell the time now.
And during this
wanna try-
commotion, you can see that the elven group of hunters have now found you in the city, and that you
You're
can
so
see that
far
they're.
away from them.
You guys are
Oh.
like here. right?
We've kept walking the whole time.
The
Yeah,
Emerald
we were
Alliance.
You guys
close to
are
the
here.
sun.
Captures?
right?
They're
You've
coming
walked
after
out of
us?
the gate and you guys haven't figured out where to go yet. You had a discussion and then you tried to get a watch. You guys are like right here.
I
You're
thought
still
we were walking towards the stump.
We all said we were walking to the stump.
right. You still have to get there, but from what my prediction was, or what I remember, is that you guys were just discussing. Were you discussing and walking?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We had to get out of range.
Talking.
And then we found that badass watch. I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it in
we're
my-
good multitaskers.
Okay.
We can walk and talk at the same time.
All right.
I'm walking here.
So you guys are able to
Badass
make your way down to the stump,
watch.
right? That's where you're planning to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you make your way to the stump. Your cards light up again with Vera.
Don't answer.
Answer. Yo, what up, Vera?
Damn. Damn.
I see that you have chosen to believe that you are guilty.
What? Guilty of what? I haven't done shit. Other than
You
kill a
destroyed one of my towers.
bunch- Well, I didn't do that.
It's been
I
told that
also
your
did not do
members have
that.
destroyed one of my Emerald Alliance towers.
I don't know about that.
It doesn't sound like something we would do.
An innocent
So-
man doesn't run.
An innocent man accused of a crime he did not commit does.
Well, then just come in and we can talk about it.
I think we are talking now.
Very well. I've heard of your new acquisition of this stump. I'll be sending people to get you.
If you send anyone towards this stump, you will not make it out of the city alive.
I don't have to make it out of the
Hang
city.
The call has dropped. She's done.
But it was Vig who picked it up.
He hung up. I walked away. I walked off.
I walk away.
You can still talk to her. I've walked away.
Snaps hasn't been in the picture the entire time. Like every time she's called, he hasn't been there.
Right. Vig, are you still trying to communicate with her or have you hung up?
No, I hung up.
It was a group storm off. She's done.
I asked Snaps, hey, you think she's talking about us?
No, it was Albert.
Oh,
Albert
okay.
did that.
Wait,
Call her
you're
back.
Albert?
Call her back, Vig. No, not my Albert. The other Albert.
Where's your fucking Albert? I need to talk to him.
He's right behind the bar, yo.
I'd like
Hey,
to do an
should we-
insight check on Albert to make sure he seems like he's on the up and up.
Hey,
Hold
can you
up.
call Garrett and be like, hey, they're attacking us?
Oh, that's true. And we can call Bros of Chaos.
Yeah.
You should call both of them. Fuck it.
Or we call up oh, what's the other group? I can't think of the name right now.
Chaos?
No,
Dragon Scourge?
the Draken Scourge. Let's
Yeah,
let's go to the Draken Scourge. Say, we kind of fucked up.
We caused a commotion already.
We caused a commotion, and now they're attacking.
And we can use the cards as teleporters so we can get over there, immediately tell them, and then we can teleport to the Bros of Chaos.
Now, the way the cards work is both have to accept, right? You have to
Yes.
accept the teleport on both ends. So,
Uh-huh.
So let's call up Geralt.
Does that
Alright.
sound like a good idea? 1 then 2, and then it's already set up.
I'm cool with it. Let the fire burn.
okay. So you call up
No,
Gerard and he
no.
goes, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. How are things going?
You know how yesterday
on
you said
fire!
you was gonna be
I
like,
had a schedule.
it's happening now.
Well, we're not ready now. What
Well,
what
I'm
has
sorry.
happened?
We kind of started we caused a commotion.
Race
Okay.
war.
We made a distraction.
Great. Now that you know how to do it, just do it again in 5 days.
Unfortunately, that's not gonna
Fuck.
happen.
Not gonna happen.
It's a big city. Hide yourself.
It's our bar!
Like I said, we can send people over to help you.
All right.
Can
Go
you
ahead
send
and just
people with
accept the
jugs of
teleport.
water?
There are flasks of beer within the Lonely Stump that you could be considered water.
Yeah.
We don't
it's
do that
liquid.
with. Look, don't use
Not
that.
with fucking
We need
beer.
that to sell.
Yeah, I can't kill my profits. Water's cheap. Beer is not.
If he said he's
Well, I'm
willing
saying
to
is when
send
you make
people-
beer, you have to have water. There's water within the Lonely Stump.
Where
somewhere.
does the water for the city come from?
down below.
But he did say he was willing to send people, right? And since the cards do work in a teleport kind of way, we could have people here now.
You want me to
Yeah.
send 2 people to you to help you out?
You're gonna need a lot more than 2 people. Just saying.
Yeah, 2 people's not gonna. If you would like to send your people to slaughter, I would send 2.
I can send 2 people for protection.
That'll
Alright,
have to
send
do.
the 2.
How about 2 and Steve?
Yeah,
Sure.
send
Ooh,
it to Steve. He
Make
seems
sure
like
one
a
of them's
badass.
fucking Steve.
Yeah,
Steve
he's
can
a
come.
badass.
Steve is very talented.
My dude.
All right.
Antisocial as fuck, but my dude.
Anti-Steve.
So you can see that he's taken the card and walked it over. He's picked out 2 people and hands the card to Steve. He says, "Press this, protect the bar." He goes, "Yes, praise be." And so then they are now in the bar with you guys
Whoa!
with the
That
card.
actually worked.
Put my hand on Steve's shoulder. I'm glad you can make it so quickly.
Yes.
I grab one of our employees and hand them a card and say, "Go run this back to the
Emerald
Dragon
Alliance.
Scourge
No, yeah, Dragon Scourge, yeah.
headquarters."
I shout to Albert that he needs to take a defensive position, and I thank the patrons for their service. But I warn them that their lives may be in risk, but they should enjoy their drinks and pay their bills if they would be inclined to.
Actually,
The drinks on the house if they serve us.
question.
You kind of hear a murmur going over it. This didn't happen with the old management.
I have a
Whoa.
question.
Well, who said that?
Isn't the Lonely Stump a neutral area?
It is.
Yes.
Could it be argued that
Active war.
if the Lonely Stump was attacked, that the patrons would help defend?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
guys, stay here. Drinks on the house.
There we go. Now,
Okay.
which one of the fuckers said that this didn't happen with the old management?
You can see that there is a very
General disdain.
no, there's a very drunken half orc sitting at the bar. He's got about 4 or 5 pints in front of him already. He's got this very gray hair to him. You can see that he's got a scar across one of his eyes. He's just kind of mumbling to himself.
Drinks
I was
on the
looking
house,
to him.
except for that asshole.
Does he have a shield that's like
no,
a shell or something?
no.
No, you can see that the only equipment on him are 2 like green daggers that he's put into his side. Or it's
Two
like side.
daggers?
Yeah,
I shout to Alfred to pour the man 2 drinks.
Get drunker.
you see that he slaps the table and goes, "Now that man I like."
And, we rehuddle and get ready to go outside the bar, I suppose.
Okay, so
We don't want to meet him
the
inside
Draken
the bar.
Scourge immediately are taken to your command to protect the area. You see that Steve is left inside, and the 2 guards go outside, and they're outside the entrance.
Okay.
I climbed to the roof of the Lonely Stump.
All right, how are you going to get to the roof?
I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna climb the wall and then get on the roof.
I mean, he's gonna fucking jump. Look
All
at
right,
him.
so this is
fucking jump
a larger establishment. You probably heard like a story and a half, so it's probably
Okay.
about 15 feet up that you'd have to get.
Oh, get a running jump.
I'll climb to the building, the small house building, and jump across the gap.
Okay, so you climb up into the house building. You somehow manage to climb up there. Just go ahead and give me an acrobatics or athletics. Give me a
Acrobatics, 'cause
roll.
I'm jumping.
Athletics.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Acrobatics.
I wonder
can do
which one has a better
acrobatics.
score.
Acrobatics is probably my best score I have.
Oh,
Roll some.
I get a plus.
38.
I get a plus 16.
no, no, you do not.
32. Do I make it?
Yeah, you're able to
No.
climb on top of the building and
Plus
then hop on
16.
top.
You just missed.
You're able to get up top.
I'm double expertise in acrobatics. And I
Alright.
pull out my new elven longbow and put some arrows in and look over the edge and keep my eye out, looking for them.
Okay.
While
So,
hiding. I'm hiding too.
give me a stealth check.
Okay.
38, huh?
Is that a natural 20?
Oh my god. 36. I am in a different dimension.
You have actually like strewn yourself with bricks. You camouflage in so well. You actually
You
look
are
like
the knight.
you look like a chimney should be placed on top of.
I look like a chimney.
It's a second chimney to the establishment. It's always been there.
No, he's taken the place of the original chimney. It's just slightly thicker. It looks exactly like it normally should.
Perfect.
Holy shit.
All right. So
Rogues, man.
as the day passes through, you can see that the group of people have went to the front door of the Lonely Stump, and they've talked to the Draken Alliance or the Draken Scourge. Some words are exchanged. They are allowed in, and they enter into the bar. Who is left in the bar?
I'm still in the bar.
I'm behind the bar with Alfred. Underneath the bar, though, because I'm short. Nobody can see me.
Okay.
Wunderbar.
Or I can hear everything going on, but, I'm just, like, sitting underneath the bar.
So
Because, like, I destroyed the tower, so I'm trying not to be, like, there.
right.
It wasn't us.
So they point out a group of 4 of these Emerald Alliance members are here, and they point to Vig and Vincent and say, Vera would like to speak with you.
She did. You must have missed her call.
She's told us that you need to come with us no matter what. This is neutral ground, so we will not do anything here. But please step outside so we can discuss this.
Yeah, we'll meet you outside shortly.
Okay. So all 4 of them walk back outside.
I turned to Vig. Vig, what should we do with them?
Well, 100 minus 4, 96. So that means there's only 96 guards left.
Sounds like a strong start. It does.
Yeah, like we're starting things off.
Actually,
Is Steve outside too?
Steve is inside the bar.
Okay, like, is he going to hear our conversation, or can we go off to the side?
He's kind of sitting at a table by the front door, just watching people come in and out.
oh, he's fine.
Well, Vincent, let's step off to the side over here real quick.
All right.
If we, in like hushed tones,
Mm-hmm.
if we kill these guys, we start up the action now, throwing the city into more chaos.
Chaos.
I'd like to cast Sending.
What?
I'd like to cast Sending from
I said
behind the
what?
bar.
What's that do?
You send a message of up to 25 words to a creature you're familiar with. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you if it knows you, and can send an answer immediately. Creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 understand the meaning of your message.
What?
Okay.
What?
I'm going to ask Andy what the situation is outside.
His
Drink.
name's Leody.
Leody.
What are you saying? Say your message. I'll count them out.
What is the situation of the guards outside? Are they hostile?
I
That's
lean
11.
over. I look over and see what they're doing.
Okay. You can see that they are patiently waiting outside the front door.
They're standing, picking their noses, looking at the Draken Scourge guards, not doing anything. They look a little upset. What you guys say to them?
I can't reply, so
No, you can't.
not yet.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, I can, but I'm not going to yet.
All right.
So
So
I'll look at Vig and say, "You're right. If we start if we start the commotion now, it's probably going to be to our detriment. But we were supposed to create a distraction, and if we can't do anything here, and they can't do anything here, if we stay at the Lonely Stump for the next few days, then we've actually accomplished our mission.
Or we start a conflict and make sure that the guards kill them. We don't do the final blow, but the guards kill them, or Steve kills them.
Steve specifically, that makes sense.
Fucking Steve.
I think that's fine, but I also think having the centralized location already, because we can freely come and go with our cards, but we are the only ones who can easily pass in and out of this establishment by doing that.
What do you want to do? It's either we stay in here and those guards stay out here, waiting for us,
Which
or
isn't
we
bad.
or we start the conflict now and take it into our own hands. Because if they stay, they could attack first, potentially. If they're waiting outside and they get, tired of waiting under Farrah's orders, they could attack and start this.
Assassinate.
I personally would still vote for holding off and making more of them fight each other until we absolutely have to.
All right.
We have guards. They can't come in and cause any issue.
I guess we hunker down and wait.
I'd take out an arrow and put it to the bow.
Yeah, Leone hasn't heard any of this.
Yep. So we've decided to wait. Let's see how Leone plays it.
Snaps peeks over the bar and says, "Somebody call Vera and tell her to call him off."
I'll call her.
All right. Meanwhile, what is Leone doing?
I lean over. What are they doing?
They're just sitting there waiting. They're at front of the bar.
Am I 30 feet range of them?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be able to shoot down at them.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to take it over the top of them so they can't see it, go all the way over them, go to the Emerald Alliance, and begin to pickpocket one of them.
You're going to take your hand up and around them and try and pickpocket one of them.
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, can't you
Roll
cast
for
the mage
dumb
hand
luck.
behind them?
As they
I
can
can't,
see
yeah,
your
I
hand
can't.
drifting through the air.
That's true. I would cast it behind them. If they're within 30 feet, I cast it behind them and then immediately start pickpocketing,
Okay.
so they don't see it.
I've done a check and they have seen the hand spawn.
I don't even get to do a check for myself.
No.
Nope.
No.
I don't get to do a sleight of hand to see if I'm sneaky enough.
They've seen the
Believe-
hand. They just watch it try and move towards them, and then they move out of the way. But they don't know where it originated from.
It continues to follow them.
They keep shuffling around, trying to avoid this hand.
I'd like
I
to
stomp
call
my
her.
foot in the ground.
They look up at you,
Oh shit! I'm in a different
Uh,
dimension. It's okay.
but they don't see you because you're still selfed.
Hold up. I would like to look out the window.
Sure. As you look out the window, you can see that these Emerald Alliance people are shuffling away from this. What form does your hand have? Just like a blue hand?
It's like an orange spectral hand.
Okay.
It's like I couldn't grab it at him.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you see them
that's
slowly,
how
like,
much you're doing.
taking a step back every time it comes near them.
All right. Do I see the hand?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy. I create an
Bark.
instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range,
Oh, make it bark.
30 feet, and I'm just gonna go ooh, ominous whisper.
Yeah, so they're kind of freaking out right now. They're like, okay, what's going on with this bar? They've now stepped back beyond the 30 feet. They've seen that your hand is just sitting there trying to grab them, going ooh.
How much just water in general is there in a 300-foot radius of us?
8 gallons.
God dang it. Just let it go. Let it go, Snaps. Just let it
No, I can't.
Ah.
There's gotta be buckets of water. There are people that live here.
Yeah, so you can like feel out the pipe of the tavern, and you can find out that there's some sort of source of water going under the city, on how this tavern's getting its water.
I'm gonna cast control water.
Okay.
Oh,
And I'm
really?
gonna
Why now? Why?
Because we're trying to get them to run away. I'm at this
They
point
already
have
are.
decided. Exactly. So we're gonna just cause all of the flowing water in this 300-foot radius around me to cause the direction they're running. It's just gonna redirect towards where they're running, like pushing them along.
Okay.
Just all of it, though.
Okay. So you can see some sort of like pipe in the flooring of the lonely stump, like crunch up and begin to like mess with the floorboards, and you see it like travel out the front door. And you see a pipe pop out the front of the ground and just start blasting them like a fire hose.
It's the fucking Shining.
Cool.
Who's gonna
Alright,
fix
Okay.
that?
You can see that they've kind of had enough of this, and they start retreating back to the southern gate.
call up Vera, Vincent.
I will. And then I lean back. Snaps. Tell Albert to fix the fucking pipes. This is a nice establishment. And then I call Vera.
Okay, so she instantly picks up, and she goes, "Well, are you on your way?"
No, I find your hostility disheartening.
Well, I find the destruction of my tower disheartening.
Indeed. And I know that you have claimed that we have done it, but there's been no proof, and you haven't asked if we have. The only thing we've heard is that you assumed it was us, and at that point I realized that our trust has been diminished.
I saw your party members do it. They weren't exactly stealthy with it.
That's not something that I was there for. Vig, were you there for some sort of destruction of a tower?
Not that I can recall.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
What's
Okay.
a tower?
Well, either way, I need to talk to you. Things are escalating, and you're supposed to be helping me, and I haven't heard from you in a year.
I don't really like how this has started off. I'm more than happy to talk to you over the card now until I can be assured of our bond being reaffirmed.
Well, this isn't going to work for what I say. I don't know where you're at. It looks like you're in a public setting. I have things to discuss in private. With you, especially.
Oh, shit, that works. Of course that works. All right. Then we will do it on our terms. I will come to see you, but not today.
Very well.
Tomorrow.
She hangs up.
All right, guys. I don't really know what I fucking did there. She's good looking and she got me.
I peek my
It
head
happens.
over the roof and look into the window.
You can see the Fig trying to still do like the motions of the spell to go ooh, and you can see just like a little hand on top of the bar manipulating the water.
Yeah, it's just doing this, like,
I take out my thing of Insta Ale and put my back against the chimney and take a sip.
And drunk.
So,
Alright.
why, Vincent? Why don't we tomorrow meet up with her outside the walls of the city?
I agree. I think that'll be fine. I just have a feeling that she's not going to want to meet anywhere other than her own turf, just in case, I guess, people were overhearing or something. In order for us to find a a way for us to meet, it would have to be secure completely. And she is quite powerful, so even if we called her and had her teleport to us, I am a bit worried about what we're dealing with here.
And in kind of the background, you hear Steve. Can I get a drink?
Here, Steve. And just reach out from the bar and pull one out and place it on the bar.
He appreciatively grabs it and starts sipping. Cool. All right, now you said you had to leave early. Do you want to stop here? This is a good stopping point, or you want to keep going?
Who's you?
Big.
I need to get up early.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as we're not going until like 11:30, right?
I was gonna say before the next day goes, this would be kind of a good stopping point.
Yeah, because like next time is gonna be a big fighting.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I've got it prepared if you want to do it. So
I mean, if it's something you think we can,
that's
I'd
probably gonna
rather
take another.
not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably gonna take another hour. So
okay.
I'd rather be like that's what we come into and get it done. And
Do you guys want to just decide what we do over the course of the night before we jump into the next day then?
So I'll tell you this. Everyone, give me a perception roll.
19.
Like,
19. Hey, we both got 19. Oh, except it's perception. What's my
oh,
perception modifier?
7. Actually, since it's going to be another day, I'm going to use lucky.
Okay.
22.
17.
So you all notice below your feet
18.
after the control water spell has ended, you can still notice a vibration to the ground underneath you. And snaps, you get a call on your card. It says Papa G.
What up, my dude?
Hey, we did it. We got the underground. It's ours now. Okay, bye. He hangs up.
Nice.
Wait, Papa G of the Brothers of Chaos?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They got the underground.
So they control the underground.
Fuck. This is
Hey.
spiraling.
Let's leave.
Yeah. All right. South we go.
Wait, we've given people cards throughout the fucking world. Anywhere immediately.
I say we call Cthulhu and just go meet up with Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, where you at?
Where you at, Cthulhu?
Where you at?
You guys call Cthulhu?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. What's up,
No.
Cthulhu?
You hear a doot, 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 doot. No pickup.
I call
Aw.
him again.
Yep. You still get it, and no response.
I leave him a
Might want to
voicemail.
try calling Karn.
Okay, we'll leave it there, and we'll pick up with the fun next time.